What's up, Infected? It's Wolf with the Quarantine, and today I just kind of have an update video for you. And as you can probably tell by the audio, I'm just using my camera's mic on it instead. I have some things on the wall now, and I'm kind of checking to see how the audio sounds. But anyways, I just wanted to have an update video. I have a couple things that this video is going to entail. First one being, you're probably wondering what this is about. As a lot of you guys know, I finished Spiral Empires. It's basically done. I mean, more playtesting helps, but I mean, as far as I could tell, it's basically done. I've been pitching that to publishers, but it's such a large, grandiose game that's going to be a super tough one to try to get sold, especially because I've never created another game before. And then a lot of you guys may know I was creating. It still doesn't have a name, but that trader by choice game. I'm still kind of working on that. It's probably about 75% done, but it still needs some playtesting and some fine tuning and stuff like that. And with reviews and all the other stuff going on, and just it's chaos. I haven't really had a lot of time to work on it. Hoping I can soon, because I'm going to try to get to Gen Con and bring some of my prototypes and blah blah blah. I know it's a shot in the dark and I know it's a pipe dream, but hey, you can't fulfill it if you don't even try. So I'm going to try. But then I'm working on another one that I think there's only like 4 or 5 people that even know about it. It's a nuclear war game where everybody starts out with all of their points and you're launching nukes and stuff at other people, trying to take their points away, and then they're trying to defend their places. And it's meant to be a kind of a depressing, kind of sad game, but a strategic game at the same time. It's meant to be kind of a political message and a fun game at the same time, to kind of hint at how dangerous nuclear bombs are, but it's also meant to be a strategic game at the same time. But I was working on that. So where am I going with all this? Well, I'm actually working on another game that kind of came to me randomly, and I thought that'd be really cool. So I've always wanted a superhero game, but I don't want to play as Superman or Spider-Man or any of these established heroes. I want to be my own superhero. So I'm designing a deck builder that is basically that. You create your own hero. So I'll explain kind of what it is, and then I'll show you with these cards. These are just prototype cards that I've made, how it works. But basically, starting out, there's as a normal deck builder, not going to start out with everybody's going to start with the same crappy deck. No, there's going to be little mini decks of 4 cards apiece that are all in a little stack. And in like turn order or something. Keep in mind, none of this is written down, none of this is rules, none of this I'm just kind of throwing this out to see what you guys think. But you're going to choose 3 of them, making a 12-card deck. And so like maybe you're going to choose the flight stack, and you'll grab that, and then somebody else chooses one, and so on and so forth. And it comes back to you, and you go, okay, I want the strength deck. And you'll grab that, and then go around, and then you grab another one. And then I don't know if I want it to be a 5 or 6 hand, or card hand, or starting size. That way it kind of makes this weird deck composition where you're always going to have 2 cards and then shuffle and get 3 more. I don't know yet. But you're going to take that, you're going to shuffle it up. And this one also has a board that comes out, and it's a city. And it's a competitive game where you're a superhero or a supervillain, whatever, and you guys are fighting against each other, or maybe after I kind of make everything a little better, maybe I make it to where there's objectives or something like that. But essentially you guys are going to be fighting over the city, where you can destroy sections of the city, stuff like that. And then you're going to have decks of cards that are set out along the board, and they're going to have symbols on the back, like this. As of right now, again, they're just markers. But so like if I want to buy a card from the green deck, I will go to one of the green areas, which again can be destroyed. So you can no longer do that, but I got to go to one of the green areas, and then I would draw the top 3 cards and then choose one of them to buy, provided I can pay the cost, and the cost would be on the back of the card. So everybody knows that I'm not cheating. I paid for the 2, and then it goes probably to the top of my deck, but nobody knows what that is. And then those other 2 cards would just go probably face down at the bottom of the deck. Now your discard pile, what did I do? Oh, there we go. Your discard pile is always going to be face down, so that way you can have like secret moves that nobody knows about. But this is going to be the core part of the game that I thought was kind of cool. So as a normal deck builder, let's come up here. As a normal deck builder, this is going to be the backs, there we go, the backs of the cards. and this is going to be the energy that these cards produce. But on the front of the card, this, where is it? My brain is not functioning backwards. This is how much it costs to play the card. So you have two options. I can play this card face up, but I'm going to need 3 energy, green energy, to be able to play this card and get the bottom. So for example, where to go? If I want to play this, then I will have to play this face down, and this face down on the board, and then play this, because I have these 3 energy all going into this card. Nobody knows what these 3 cards are that I played. So I do this, do the attack, do whatever the ability is, and then this gets flipped over. All of this just goes into a pile, and then, if I can, there we go. All this goes into a pile and goes in the discard pile face down. Now granted, that means you're going to know what your roughly what your next card is going to be, but I think that adds a strategic element to the game. So that's kind of what I'm working on there. It's very early in the planning stages, so, and then down here on top of all that, down at the very bottom, you can see here, that is what it produces on the back. So that way you're not constantly having to go, okay, what does that produce? Okay, what does that produce? You can just glance at the bottom, there we go, glance at the bottom here, get an idea, okay, that's what it produces. And then these colors and everything are all kind of messed up. I just randomly drew a bunch of colors and stuff on here just to show it off. But, you know, if it produces blue, the blue deck is, for the most part, not always, but for the most part, gonna require at least 1 blue energy. So like, you know, this produces 1 green, but the card on the other side actually requires 3 green. So you're gonna wind up balancing it out. Again, you know, that's gonna take test playing and blah blah blah. So that's the main point of this update, and that's what all this chaos is. This is a game I'm reviewing. We'll get to that later, but that's why I got stacks of cards and pens and markers and crap everywhere. But anyways, one last thing with this update is I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Reviews. So my current review format generally takes ages to review, and I'm wanting, like, most of my reviews for a decent length game take like 30 to 45 minutes. And whenever I watch reviews, because as a reviewer I watch reviews myself, especially for games that I'm thinking about going ahead and buying, you know, obviously I don't have the game, so I'm going to buy it, I'll watch some reviews and kind of do my own research that way, which everybody should. Even if you review games or whatever, you should always do your own research on it on top of it. Unless, of course, you've already played it. But either way, I'm wanting to get my reviews down to about 15 to 20 minutes, because I know whenever I watch a review, generally speaking, I kind of skip around the overview part to kind of just, all I want is an idea how it plays. I don't need the rules. You know, that's what the rule book's for, or I'll go watch it played or something. So I only want to kind of get an idea of how it plays, whether or not it looks fun, and then I skip the final thoughts. And that's the main meat of the review, in my opinion, is I just want to know what the final thoughts is, why you liked it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Why didn't you, or why did you? And that's the biggest thing. So what I'm thinking about doing is changing the format of my reviews, or at least temporarily, and try it out, where my overview lasts like maybe 5 minutes. I'm not going to go over the rules. I'm just going to kind of show off game components and just kind of briefly explain how to play without covering most rules, honestly. You know, you're going to be attacking people and only make it last for like between 2 and 5 minutes. That way we'll have like a minute for the intro, and then 2 to 5 minutes for the final, or for the overview, and then, you know, 10 minutes maybe for the final thoughts, and then that way it's more of a condensed video, and it's easier to watch. So if you guys can let me know in the comments, I'll probably have a poll down in there as well, somewhere in the doobly-doo. But let me know if that's something you think I should try, or you like, or if you like my long reviews. Because, I mean, I can keep doing the long reviews. But I feel if I can shorten down that middle section there, I feel I would get more viewers, because it's easier to watch a 15 maybe 20 minute video at the most. But it's also easier on me, because for my long overviews, that takes a lot of work to get those videos out. And then, then if I accidentally mess up a tiny rule or whatnot, then I get a bunch of grief. And, if I misword something or describe a rule wrong or whatnot, even though I state I'm reviewing the game, I'm not teaching it, or if I leave out a rule, I get a lot of grief, sometimes from designers and whatnot. So let me know what you think. Again, I'll probably have a poll in the description somewhere. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you like the show, bam, I got a Patreon right up there. Any amount of support would help. I really appreciate it. I will have my Twitch and Twitter also in the description as well. Drop me a line there. Check me out on Twitch when and if I do stream. I do stream occasionally, but I haven't in the past week or so. But anyways, leave me a comment. Read all the comments. Give me a like, or if you don't like the show, give me a dislike. Let me know. I mean, I'm always willing to... Constructive criticism's always great. Anyways, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time in the quarantine.